Imagine riding a motorcycle that feels like it knows exactly what you want before you even think it's steady on the highway, confident on gravel, smooth in the city, and reliable everywhere in between. That's the magic of Suzuki's legendary V-Strom series. And in 2026, Suzuki has taken that reputation and pushed it even further with the brand new V-Strom 650 ADV, a machine designed for real riders, real roads, and real adventures. Today on Acer Rider, we're diving into one of the most anticipated midweight adventure bikes of the year. And trust me, this one's special. Asterisk. Let's start with that first impression. The moment you stand next to the 2026 V-Strom 650 ADV, the bike gives off an aura of long-distance confidence. It doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't rely on flashy, overstyled bodywork. Instead, it has this mature, rugged personality like a traveler who has already seen 1,000 journeys and is ready for 1,000 more. Suzuki has sharpened the design, giving the bike a slightly more muscular tank, a cleaner front fairing, and more aerodynamic lines. But what I love most is that Suzuki stayed true to the V-Strom identity, purposeful, functional, and unfailingly practical. Asterisk. There's a reason V-Strom riders around the world call these bikes unstoppable. The 2026 model carries that spirit forward with a redesigned frame that improves overall stability and reduces vibrations, especially during long highway stretches. The seating triangle is more natural, the grips are more comfortable, and the updated windscreen offers better protection than ever before. Nothing here feels exaggerated. The ergonomics simply feel right. Suzuki didn't try to reinvent adventure ergonomics, they refined them. Asterisk. Now let's talk about what makes the V-Strom 650 ADV so iconic. The engine. Suzuki has retained the beloved 645cc V-twin, but for 2026, it's been refined to deliver smoother torque, cleaner emissions, and slightly more responsive acceleration. This V-twin has always been the heart and soul of the V-Strom lineup, and riders love it for a reason. It's incredibly forgiving for beginners, yet still powerful enough for experienced riders who want a lightweight, capable touring motorcycle. The updated version offers stronger mid-range pull, making overtakes easier and more confident. Whether you're cruising at 80 km per hour or pushing up to 120, the engine feels calm, stable, and unbelievably smooth. Asterisk. One of the standout characteristics of this V-twin is the way it delivers predictable, linear power. There's no sudden kick, no surprise surge, just a smooth wave of acceleration that makes the bike extremely relaxing to ride. And relaxation is something Suzuki clearly focused on this year. The vibrations are minimal, the gear shifts feel cleaner, and the throttle response is more refined. You can ride for hours without feeling fatigued, and that's not something you can say about every midweight adventure bike. Asterisk. Fuel efficiency is another place where this bike quietly excels. The 2026 V-Strom 650 ADV averages around 26 to 30 km per liter, depending on your riding habits. For a 650cc adventure motorcycle with a V-twin engine, that's impressive. Long trips become easier, fuel stops become fewer, and the bike gives you that reassuring sense that it's always ready for more. Add in the generous tank size, and you're looking at a realistic touring range that puts many larger adventure bikes to shame. This is one of those motorcycles where you only think about fuel when you decide to think about it, not because the bike forces you to. Asterisk. But the V-Strom magic isn't just about engine reliability or mileage. It's also about the way this bike handles every environment. On the highway, the 2026 model feels planted and confident. The improved aerodynamics reduce wind buffeting, and the suspension keeps the bike steady even on rougher stretches of asphalt. You can sit at 110 or 120 km per hour for hours, and the bike doesn't complain, not in sound, not in vibration, not in stability. It just cruises. Asterisk. In the city, the V-Strom 650 ADV feels surprisingly nimble for its size. The weight distribution is smartly set toward the center, so the bike doesn't feel heavy or awkward, even at low speeds. U-turns, lane filtering, roundabouts, and tight corners feel natural once you get used to the height. The bike responds quickly to input, and the brakes offer progressive, predictable stopping power. For commuting, it's an unexpectedly friendly companion, but what about off-road? This is where things get interesting. The V-Strom 650 ADV has never claimed to be an extreme, hardcore off-roader, and Suzuki doesn't pretend it is. Instead, what it offers is a stable, confidence-boosting experience on light to moderate trails, gravel, dirt roads, forest paths, mild rocky sections. The bike handles them all with calm composure. The updated traction control system and the improved off-road ABS make the bike easier to manage when surfaces get loose. The suspension is firmer this year, offering better control without sacrificing comfort. It's not a dirt bike and it's not trying to be, but it's absolutely an adventure motorcycle that understands real-world adventure riding. And honestly, that's what most riders want anyway. Comfort is a major highlight on this model. Suzuki has tweaked the seat to offer more support on long rides, and the padding feels just right, firm enough to avoid fatigue, but soft enough to keep your back and hips happy. The riding posture is upright and relaxed, which makes long-distance touring feel effortless. The pegs are positioned well for both seated and standing riding, and the handlebars are wide and comfortable. Whether you're riding for 30 minutes or 3 hours, the bike maintains comfort consistently. The features this year reflect Suzuki's philosophy: give riders what they actually use. No unnecessary gimmicks, no bloated electronics package, no overwhelming menus. You get a clean, modern digital display, selectable traction control, off-road ABS, LED lighting all around, a 12 volts and USB-C charging system, and integrated luggage mounting points for side panniers and a top box. Everything is here for a reason. Simplicity is Suzuki's subtle strength, and the V-Strom 650 ADV continues a tradition beautifully. In real-world riding, the bike feels like a trustworthy companion. It doesn't try to dominate the moment. It simply supports whatever kind of ride you want to have. Long-distance highway stretches feel peaceful. City traffic feels manageable. Small adventures off the main roads feel enjoyable rather than intimidating. This is a motorcycle that empowers you rather than overwhelms you. Riders who want a machine that just works every day, every ride, every season will appreciate what Suzuki has built here. Of course, no motorcycle is perfect. The V-Strom 650 ADV has a few limitations. Riders looking for hardcore off-road capability might find it lacking compared to more dirt-oriented models. The bike also doesn't feature the huge TFT screens or complex electronics found on some competitors. It's intentionally simple, which is great for reliability but may disappoint tech-loving riders. And while the bike is powerful enough for touring, some may want more top-end performance for high-speed highway riding. But these aren't flaws, they're design choices, intended to keep the bike approachable, dependable, and affordable. Speaking of affordability, the 2026 Suzuki V-Strom 650 ADV is expected to land around $8,999 depending on the region. Considering the build quality, long-distance comfort, engine reliability, and overall versatility, the price is extremely competitive. This is a motorcycle that gives you more long-term value than almost anything else in its class. To sum it all up, the 2026 Suzuki V-Strom 650 ADV is a motorcycle built for riders who want adventure without complication. It's not trying to show off. It's not trying to reinvent the category. Instead, it's refining a formula that has worked brilliantly for nearly 2 decades. Smooth engine, great comfort, solid handling, impressive reliability, and real-world practicality. This bike checks every box that matters. My personal verdict? The 2026 V-Strom 650 ADV is one of the most balanced, trustworthy, and enjoyable midweight adventure motorcycles you can buy today. It's a bike that grows with you, a bike that adapts to your style, and a bike that turns every ride into a comfortable, confident experience. For riders who want true adventure capability without sacrificing daily usability, this machine is a near-perfect choice. Asterisk, if you enjoyed this in-depth review, make sure to hit the like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Acer Rider for more honest and engaging motorcycle reviews. Ride safe, ride smart, and I'll see you in the next one.